What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, guys, we are going to be talking about England's last game that we went and played, Belgium, away from home. Anyway, guys, before I start today's video, I just want to say this video will not be fully edited due to the fact that England's next game against Iceland is in the next couple of days, in 2 days time. Unfortunately, this video will not be fully edited. There'll be a few parts that will be edited, but not all of it will be edited, unfortunately. My apologies, but that's because of England's next game in the next 48 hours really, so I can't do anything about it. I don't have enough time to edit this video, unfortunately. But anyway, guys, let's just get straight into today's video. We made 6 changes from the last game against Denmark, talking about the starting 11. So we started with Pickford, Trippier, Walker, Dyer, Mings, Chilwell, Henderson, Rice, Mount, Grealish and Kane. Getting to the overall reaction now. England failed to qualify for the Nations League finals. Disappointing. Poor last night, not good enough. We couldn't seem to break down Belgium. We didn't take our chances at crucial moments. Stop the 3-4-2-1 and go to the 4-2-3-1. England lacks in creativity once again. Individual errors costed us. Performance wasn't good enough. Iceland is a non-event. Anyway, guys, let's just get straight into today's video. What did I make of the performance? I think you've got to look at this game as a whole, as a perspective. I think the performance wasn't good enough for me. I think in the first half, I thought we played some okay stuff in times. I thought in the first half we did well. I thought we did well of getting on the front foot and to create some chances. But I mean, we didn't take our chances at crucial moments really, and I mean that's why Gareth Southgate has got these that's why Gareth Southgate's got these these young players and these young up and coming players that have got a lot of quality, and that's why he calls them up for a reason. And I mean, we just didn't take our chances at crucial moments, I think, and it just really killed us the game. I thought overall as a perspective it wasn't good enough for me. I think the quality just wasn't there in the team, and we had a lack of leaders in the team as well. I think there was just I think in the second half there was just a lack of effort, and I mean there was times where we tried, but at the same time we didn't try enough as well. And I mean England had to win this game to have a chance of going through to the Nations League finals, and we bottled it, and we knew that this was a must win, and a draw or a loss wasn't good enough for England. And we now know that we're not going to qualify for the Nations League finals. We've had it, and we cannot go through to the Nations League finals. And I mean, it's disappointing, obviously. Not good enough in the end. But I mean, considering that we had a load of players out injured and on suspensions at the minute as well, I thought we sort of played well in times, but we didn't do enough for me, and we just couldn't seem to break down Belgium in the second half. I thought we did well to break them down in the first half, but we just didn't have a clue how to break them down in the second half. Lack of ideas as well. So I mean, there's a lot to improve on. Once again, I thought we lacked in creativity. I think the creativity was there in the first half. I thought we played well in the first half, but the creativity wasn't there in the second half. And I mean, individual errors costed us. Dyer gives away the ball, and I exactly said this. I said if you make a mistake, they'll capitalise and they'll try and score, and that's what they did. We made a mistake twice, and they scored on 2 mistakes that we gave away to them, really, And I think the ref had a poor game once again. I think the free kick was probably a bit harsh, but once again, it's still a Declan Rice mistake, and just individual errors costed us, gave them the win really, and it just goes to show that we need to cut out these stupid mistakes that we're doing as well. And I mean we got caught in possession a couple of times, and in times we were a bit slow on the ball, and I mean the performance for me wasn't good enough, and you've now gone into the next game against Iceland, which is a non-event really. I think the players will just want to try finish on a high, which is the last game for this year. So I think they'll want to get the win against Iceland and try finish it on a high. It's the last game this year, so we're not going to see England in action till next year, March. So, yeah, I mean, even though it's a non-event, let's try and put out a good performance, really, and try at least, get another win under our belts as well. So, it's been a poor Nations League for England. We've not done good enough as a whole, but we've got to take it into consideration that we've not been good enough this season in the Nations League, and onwards and upwards, we've got to move on now. And I thought the first half was. I thought Belgium had a better start than us. I thought they got on the front foot. They created some early chances. They put us under pressure in the first couple of minutes, and I thought when they kept doing that, they found their momentum and the rhythm in the game, and they just grew the pressure onto us. I thought England sort of responded really well and reacted well when we needed to sort of get ourselves back into the game a little bit as well, and we did that. We got on the front foot. We created some good chances, but we just didn't take our chances at the crucial moments. Mount should have scored twice, and Harry Kane should have scored as well. And we just didn't take our chances at crucial moments in the first half. Even though the creativity was there in the team, I thought, it was just unfortunate. And then the individual mistakes kicked in. Dye gave away a mistake, and he was the one to blame for me. And I couldn't believe what people were saying. People were saying that it was Tyrone Mings' fault. I mean, you've got to wake up and smell the coffee, and you need to open your eyes, and you need to get to Specsavers, because it was Eric Dye's fault. He was the one that lost the possession, and he was the one that costed us the first goal. So it's just individual errors, and that's what Belgium do. If the opposition makes a mistake, they capitalise on the mistake and they try and score a goal. And we were not switched on at the back. And I think the personnel for England, obviously there was a lot of players out injured for this one, and there's been quite a few players out injured as well, and players on suspensions as well. So I think we had a good enough team to beat Belgium, and we were just not good enough. And I thought in the second half, we played well in the second half. I thought we got on the front foot. We played with high intensity, high tempo. We played with a bit of energy there. I thought we put them under pressure in a couple of good times. We had two good free kicks we had two great free kicks in a perfect area as well. You would think from the set pieces you try and do something out of it, because when it comes down to your big games, you want to try and score on your set pieces as well. And the free kicks were poor, and I thought we put in some really good pressure on. We lacked in creativity, unfortunately, in that second half, and we were just not good enough in the end. And we got to hold our hands up and say we were not good enough. And we've got to move on now, and we can't do anything about it now. It's obviously disappointing, but I think for me overall the performance wasn't good enough, and we've got to move on from it. And it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the day. It's only the Nations League. It's not nothing like the World Cup or anything, or the Euros. So, but this is why they have these type of tournaments. So, like teams like England have got to get better, and we've got to stop these stupid mistakes. And two individual mistakes costed us, paid the price, and Belgium got a clean sheet out of it at the end of the day. Last night's game with Belgium was a must-win to keep England's hopes alive for the Nations League. England tried to win the game, but lost 2-0 to Belgium. What went wrong and why? I think the top one for me, and I've written this and I've said it already, individual mistakes. I thought the individual mistakes costed us the game, because it just gifted them 2 goals really. Like I said, then Eric Dyer, gave possession away. They capitalised on the mistake, and it deflected off Tyrone Mings. Pickford couldn't get to the ball, and just individual mistakes crept in for us. And then Declan Rice gave away a free kick. It shouldn't have been a free kick, but at the end of the day, he knows. But at the end of the day, he knows that he made a mistake. And individual mistakes for me was a key problem of why we lost that game to Belgium 2-0, and it's there. It's in there. It's there, black and white, and we were just not good enough. And individual mistakes costed us, and it's not good enough as well when it comes down to individual mistakes as well. And it wasn't the fact that we were tired; it was just the fact that the individual mistakes kept in. I don't even think we were complacent. I think we were just not focused on concentrating in our job and just took our heads off the ball, and a mistake comes in and they capitalise and score on it, really. And I think also the personnel as well. Obviously, we've got loads of players out. We had loads of players out for this game, likes of Rashford, Sterling, loads of players, Maguire, James, just loads of players are missing this game as well, and it didn't really help us. We've got players out injured and that are on suspension at the minute as well. So obviously Harry Maguire will be back for the Iceland game. Reece James won't be back whatsoever, so he can't play the next game as well because he's got a 3-match ban. So personnel as well. But I also sort of think the starting 11 that he started, at first I thought it was a good starting 11. I thought it was good enough to beat Belgium, but then when I sort of look back, I think, these are the mistakes that and these are the players that he should have played instead. And I think playing Trippier was right, playing Walker was right, obviously because we lacked on a centre-back as well. Playing Eric Dyer, maybe should have played Michael Keane. He was available for this one as well, so Michael Keane should have played this one. He had the confidence after being in the squad against Ireland and winning that, and he was a part of that winning team as well. So he would have had the confidence as well, Michael Keane. I think Tyrone Mings was the right selection as well. I think playing Ben Chilwell, he didn't have a good game. I think Saka might have been the better one, and I think Saka had the confidence to come into that team, and I think Saka's a better left back than Chilwell for England, because Chilwell going forward is not great, and going forward he's all right, Chilwell, but defending he's not great, and that's why we need to sort out that left back situation as well for England. And I think playing Henderson and Rice, I think they're too similar, and you've got to sort of play Henderson and Dyer together. I think Mount and Grealish. I thought obviously playing Grealish, we needed Grealish coming into the side with the for the creativity, and Mount as well. Obviously we knew that he was going to get a start as well, but is there somebody who could have started over him? Maybe Jude Bellingham as well, or maybe Clivert-Lewin in fact. And Harry Kane obviously was going to be the obvious one as he's England's captain. So I think he also sort of got the wrong team selection as well and didn't start the right 11 in the end. I think his formation's completely out of order. He needs to sort that out, and he needs to stop this 3-4-2-1 and get to the 4-2-3-1, because that's the best formation for me. And the other point is the formation. The formation is wrong, and he keeps playing this 3-4-2-1. I don't know what the fuss is about this new formation. It's a new system that the players are going to have to get used to. And if it's the new system, you've got to play the players in the right positions at the end of the day. And players are playing out of a position, and you need to get back to the 4-2-3-1. It's more attacking, and when you go to that fucking 3-4-2-1, it's too negative. You're playing it you're playing it sideways and backwards all the time. You're not getting the ball forward, and I think it's just too negative for me. I don't like this system. I don't like this formation. Get it out the window. Get it out your head, Gareth. Get back to the 4-2-3-1. But he won't listen, because he just thinks the 3-4-2-1 is a better system, and it's not worked. It's not worked in certain games. It's worked in games, and it's not worked in certain games. And he needs to get this formation out of his head, scrap it. Let's get attacking 4-2-3-1, and let's go for it once again. That's twice England have now lost by going to the 3-4-2-1 formation. What is England's best formation? I've just said it then. The 4-2-3-1 is the best formation for England. Last year we were playing that formation, and then all of a sudden this year he's invented this 3-4-2-1 formation, and I think it's not good enough. These players are not used to this formation. They were all used to playing with that 4-2-3-1 formation. So why they change the system now? I do not know. Obviously, he's trying to see different formations, see different new systems, see different new tactics, new ideas, but it's not working. It's worked in certain games, and it's not worked in, it's not worked in certain games, and it's worked in certain games, and it's not worked in certain games. And he needs to rethink about this formation, because I think it's too negative for me. You're going too defensive. You're playing it sideways and backwards all the time. You're not playing it forwards. And I think the best formation for England is the 4-2-3-1. Get back to it, Gareth. And I'm sick and tired of this formation. Get it out the window. Get it out your mind. Let's get back to the 4-2-3-1 from last year. And then the players will be playing in the right positions. You'll have Sancho out wide. You'll have Rashford out wide. You'll have Grealish in behind. You'll have Kane up front. You need a strong midfield. Calvin Phillips, Henderson or something like that. And then get your right back four. Get your right goalkeeper. And then away you go. Simple as. Who is my man of the match and who was the worst player on the pitch? I think my man of the match was Jack Grealish. What a player is. And fantastic player on and off the ball. I love his work rate on and off the ball. And his work ethic is absolutely fantastic. And it's a pleasure to watch that man play football. And I thought he was my man of the match. I thought the worst player on the pitch, it's tough. I think you have to give it to the two players that costed us the game, really. Eric Dyer and Declan Rice. They both know that they shouldn't have done that, and they got to learn from it at the end of the day. How do we beat Iceland in our final game in the UEFA Nations League, even though it's a non-event? Now, I mean, obviously we played Iceland away from home, and obviously that ended 1-0 to England. I think obviously we'll probably get Harry Maguire back for this one. It's clear and obvious that Rashford's not in the squad anymore, and so we just don't really have that. I mean, we have the pace in the team, we just don't have that. We just do not have that sharpness in the team when it comes down to these big games as well, and So, yeah, I mean, I think Iceland, they know that they can't qualify themselves, but they know it's a non-event as well. And England know it's a non-event. I think most of these England players will just want to go back home now, considering that we're not through. So I think at the end of the day, it's a game that maybe, obviously it's the last game of the year. I think England will be just thinking, let's just get a win at home. Obviously, they'll be paying their respects to Ray Clements, who's just recently passed away as well. So I think, the players even should have played for him as well last night, and they didn't do that. But they will be when they're going back home on Wednesday. So I think, we want to try play a little bit more high pressing, high tempo, high intensity, and you've got to play with intent, you've got to play with energy, and you've got to sort of maintain that for the rest of the game. And you do sort of think that these players will be thinking about the weekend. They'll not want to try and gas themselves out because they know they've got games on the weekend. Obviously, like with Man United and playing on the weekend, Tottenham, City, they're all playing on the weekend. So they'll be all thinking about the weekend as well. They'll be all thinking, I don't want to get injured. And they're all getting fucking injured now as well. And, I mean, England have just got to stay concentrated in this game. And I think what we've sort of really struggled in a couple of games is the mentality, the mindset as well. And I mean, we sort of need to get that right as well. I mean, it's not only just thinking about it short term, but we need to get that right long term as well. And I think coming into this game, I mean, Iceland, they'll want to play, they'll want to give us a game. They've got heart. They'll give us a good fight from minute 1 to minute 90. But we need to be more. I think we need to be we need to play more as a unit, and I've not seen that from England in the last 2 games. And we need to be a little bit more robust, and a little bit more. We need to see the cohesion into the team, and we've not found the cohesion into the team. I think the cohesion is there, but we've not scored goals now in the last 2 games as well. So I mean, it's just not good enough. But I think the way how you beat Iceland is, you've got to get on the front foot. You've got to play with energy, intent, high intensity, high tempo. You need to put in some good crosses into the box. You need to put the pressure onto them. And we've got to maintain that. But once again, the players will be thinking about the weekend. They'll know they'll think, oh yeah, I'm going to be in the starting 11 on the weekend. I don't want to get injured. I don't want to gas myself out. I'm thinking about the weekend. But you got to think about England first before the weekend. And that's not my fault that the FA have put the game on the weekend, especially when they put the game on Wednesday, especially. The players go back on Wednesday night and then they've only got Thursday, Friday to train and then game again on Saturday. So that's not my fault, that's the FA fault, if you ask me. So I think, we just want to go out there, enjoy the game, express ourselves. And, this is a non-event now. We've got nothing to lose, really. And, Iceland have got no points on the board. They've not even won a single game. They've only scored 3 goals in this UEFA Nations League. They've had a poor season in this as well, and England have not been good enough. So I think England will have the home advantage, and I think we'll come away with a win here. I think England will be thinking about a win, and we sort of want to get a win and finish it off on a high. But once again, it will come too late, and England are reacting too late once again, in exactly what Man United do as well. But we've got to reflect and move on. And game against Iceland, got to take your chances, and we've got to take our chances at the crucial moments, especially with the likes of Calvert-Lewin, Harry Kane, Sancho, and Southgate will need to get the right team selection as well for this one. And even though it's a non-event, we're just going to have to try and win, finish it on a high, get a win at the end of the day. Anyway, now getting into the stats, possession for Belgium, it was bang on 45%, and for England it was 55%. Goals for Belgium it was 2, and for England it was 0. Total shots for Belgium it was 8, and for England it was 16. Shots on target for Belgium it was 3, and for England it was 3. Shot accuracy for Belgium it was 37.5%, and for England it was 18.8%. Shots inside the box for Belgium it was 2, and for England it was 9. Shots outside the box for Belgium it was 6, and for England it was 7. Total passes for Belgium it was 487 passes, and for England it was 589 passes. The pass accuracy for Belgium was 83.6%, and for England it was 87.4%. Getting into the substitutions now, Chilwell went off for Saka. Talk about Ben's performance. A frustrating night in the informed Chelsea left-back who had got out to De Bruyne earlier on. He miscued a cross for Grealish when Belgium was stretched and was forced off with what appeared to be a back injury towards the end of the half. Henderson went off for Winks. Talk about Jordan's performance. The Liverpool skipper was back well to make an important interception to prevent De Bruyne latching onto Lukaku cutback just before half-time, but with the ball he was too often took the safe option, reflected by his half-time substitution by Harry Winks. Questions over whether Henderson and Rice are too similar in the midfield to persist. Mount went off for Calvert-Lewin. Talk about Mason's performance. Lively on the right side of England's attack, but will feel he should have done better with the opportunities presented him. Fired Grealish, deflected cross over from the 6 yards out in the first half and headed wide from a corner just before the break. Wasted a free kick early in the second half and taking off on 17 minutes. Trippier went off for Sancho. Talk about Kieran's performance. Whipped in a fantastic low cross for an early Grealish attempt and contributed to several good chances with his corner kick delivery. Picked him a nasty blow to his face for an accidental clash with Thorgan Hazard's boot and subbed off soon after with 20 minutes to go. Next up we've got Iceland. Iceland are 4th in the table. Now we obviously know this is a non-event now against Iceland. I think England will be just looking to win this game and finish it on a high now. You're not battling for anything. It's pretty much like an international friendly now. I think England just need to win this, finish the year on a high. I mean, it's been a Nations League to never forget and put it behind us now. We can't qualify. It's just pretty much like an international friendly now. Get the win and let's look forward to the future and let's look forward to next year now, considering that we've got another game on Wednesday. We've only got a couple of days to turn this around. England need to turn it around in the space of 2 days. Not much time to train as well. I think it's important that we need to get the right mentality, the right mindset. Some players will be missing this game due to suspension and injury as well. It'll be a tough one against Iceland. They'll give us a good game, good fight. They'll play for heart, considering that they've got nothing to play for now themselves. We just need to create chances and take our chances at crucial moments in the game. Scoring our chances really. Try and maintain the intent in our play as well for full 90 minutes, but the players will think about the weekend, knowing them. Let's just try and get a victory. Let's not suffer another setback unless Southgate's going to be taking more of the blame once again. Gareth needs to pick the right team, needs to put the players in the right positions, he needs to balance the team out right, the structure in the team needs to be right. We need depth in the team and he needs to select the right formation for the game. So far, Iceland have scored 0.6 goals per game, and so far Iceland have conceded 2.6 goals per game, so nearly 3 goals per game. They have won none, drawn none, and lost 5 games. They've lost to England 1-0, Belgium 5-1, Denmark 3-0, Belgium 2-1, and Denmark 2-1. Iceland haven't won a game in the UEFA Nations League. Iceland have only scored 3 goals in the UEFA Nations League this season. The last time England beat Iceland was on Saturday the 5th of September 2020, and it ended 1-0 to England, which was of course in the UEFA Nations League. The last time England lost to Iceland was on Monday the 27th of June 2016, and it ended 2-1 to Iceland, and that was of course when we suffered that embarrassing, humiliating loss to Iceland. The place to look out for is Sigurdsson. Oh god, there's so many stupid Icelandic names I'm not going to name. I hope you guys have enjoyed another video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you are new. See you guys in a video in the next couple of days, and peace.